Welcome everyone. Today we have a Path of Exile guide for Delirium. In this guide, I'll be looking at ways why did someone give me Exalt. So there are actually 3 ways that's actually happening. I'll go through the ways and yeah, let's start. So one of the first ways people are giving me Exalt is because I'm helping them with boss fights. And this is very standard and you'll be like, hey, I've heard of that before. So pretty much I have an account that can run Cyrus 8 and I'm asking about 20% tip if loots are good. I'm not asking if any tips loots are not good. So when loots are good, they drop Awakening Gems. When loots are good, they can drop the Cyrus items. I actually made a pretty good profit for the people who I was helping with. So I dropped a Curse on Hit effect, I dropped a Savior, also I dropped Awaken Multi-Strike, Multi-Projectile support. So that's about, how many Exalt? That's about 45 Exalt dropped. I did not loot them. I get the, the person I'm helping to loot them. I'm asking for about 20%, the tips on those items, and they're really happy to give that because, come on, I'm not ninja in items, I'm helping them, and usually they have difficulty in clearing the boss. So that's the first way. So I made about, 6 and 8 Exalt that way. It's not bad, and I think I'll keep doing that, and that's the most consistent ways to get Exalt off people. You do need to be a little strong, and you do need to be familiar with the boss skills, that is fine. And you do have to have a little reputation for honesty, that's true. Because what I've heard is people are actually helping the guys I was helping. They were getting helped by another guy. He keeps dropping the Awaken Fire penetration support gems for them. They're like, I'm getting 4 of those. Why am I getting those again? The guy's like, that's what it drops. So they stop getting that guy to help them because of that. So that's a little side story. Secondly, how did I get Exalt from someone else? Is there was actually a friend I was streaming, and he came to my stream, asked me how much does a mirror cost. We help him to surprise, we help him to kind of like find a good market for the price, and I give him some recommendations. He actually sold his mirror, and he gave me about 4 Exalt because I helped him. And I was pretty happy of that, and he kind of wanted to share his like happiness because he got a mirror. It's the first time he got a mirror, and he's quite a new player as well. So that's one thing. And because I kind of generally like to help others, there is one more way we actually got Exalt orbs of someone else, and this time was 5 Exalt orbs. So how did someone give me 5 Exalt orbs? Oh, let me see if my friend is still there. Is he there? No, he's not there. So I'm gonna accept the invitation. So the friend I helped, he's not there. He's a level 94 paladin. So what happened is he was selling one of the cluster drills I was looking for. I'll show you guys the cluster drill. Actually, it's not on this account. Let's go on to the assassin account. I'll show you the cluster drills I'm talking about. So it's a pretty interesting story, and I think it's really rewarding to share things like this to others, which is really helpful. So I was buying this full cut cluster drill. Notice this has 2 passive skill with the drill sockets, and it has 2 passive skills. And I'm actually looking for one with 3 passive skills, 2 sockets, and 8 passive skills. And that's the perfect one. Because I wasn't finding it, so what I did was I actually had a live search on. I was looking for that. And the particular seller actually had it listed for 80 Exalt. And that's the only one on the market. So as usual, I quickly messaged him. I'm asking him, hey, are you selling it? And just funny enough, he decided to reply me. He said there's a bunch of people that's messaging me. I'm getting overwhelmed, and I think, likely he's suggesting he's selling for lower. Usually I give up at this stage because I didn't have much of a budget to compete with other players. I'm like, hey, I don't want to be like, betting a lot of my Exalt on it because I actually spend a lot of my Exalt on the build, or make a video on how I spend all my 200 Exalt on the build, and I don't have much budget left. So I was like, I definitely can't win the competition with bidding. So I was like, hey, I'm pretty familiar with the drill. I'm pretty familiar with the markets because I make quite a bit of the profits with my inventory of selling items. I kind of make a few by recognizing the price of items. Why don't I help him out? Why don't I give him some recommendations on how much he should sell a particular drill and what are the insights to look for? So what I did was I was like, hey man, you're the only seller out there. What I recommend is listing for maybe 60 or even something extreme in case someone wants to buy for a lot. And then you can slowly lower it down. And then the second thing I helped him is we checked the offline market, and I said in the offline market there's one selling for 24 Exalt, so your price range should be around 30 to maybe 25. He's selling for 24 Exalt, so your price range should be around 30 to 25 Exalt, or you can even lower it down to like 20 Exalt, just so you have a variance on the price. And because it's on 2 of you, if someone buys his, your one can definitely sell it for around 30 Exalt. So I gave him lots of tips. Every hour you change your price by 0.3 of Exalt, by about 1% of the total price. And also you should be contacting interested buyers, you should be negotiating prices. And I gave him some advices to monitor the market in case the other seller comes online. So that's with the other seller being offline at the moment, selling for 24 Exalt. And his one is selling for 30 Exalt after my recommendations. After a few hours, he managed to sell the jewel. He sold it for 27 Exalt with my help. And I kind of helped him along the way. I won't say I'm the major factor, because once the person kind of understanding the marketing idea and how you want to, list items and how you use scarcity and kind of monopoly to your advantage, you can sell it for higher. And he was really happy about it. He decided to give me 5 Exalt because I helped him a lot to, go through the process of marketing and selling it. And I was really surprised. I would have, I'll be really happy for 1 Exalt or 2, but 5 is a lot. And 5 is like, 20% or even more than 20% of how much he sold it for. Is it 25%? It's about 20%. I was like, wait, maths just left me. So yeah, I was really surprised that he was really generous. He's like, would have done it without you. And I really want to, share my appreciation. And I was so glad. And I was so happy because I like to help others, with things and that. And, help people with boss fights, help people with other things. And the only thing is like, it's rewarding as well to yourself because you're being honest, you're here to help others. And those do come back and help you in return. And this is so massive. So I wanted to share the few ways I'm getting exhaust from people, and some ways, I'm providing a service, other ways I generally just want to help them, and it actually works. So let's get this fire. And that's it for today's little guide and tips for how I got exhaust of people. So I got about at least 14 exhaust just from those 3 things. Some you can achieve, others you just being a nice guy and you're rewarded. Thank you again for watching, guys. Hopefully you find this helpful, and I'll see you guys again next time. Stay healthy and stay hydrated. Yes, keep yourself hydrated. It's really important to have immunity up to combat the virus. Thank you again, guys.